A relationship between an August and a March-born person can be considered captivating and at times frustrating. These two birth months are completely different people in almost all aspects of life. Before we begin, please take a second to subscribe for our weekly content. Today we'll look at the love compatibility between August and a March-born. In order for this relationship to work, both parties will need to put forth a little work first. March and August are two very different months. They are completely opposite from each other. This makes it a challenge to see if these two birth months have what it takes to make it work. August has a very adventurous side, full of energy and a restless nature, which can be difficult for March to handle. They fall in love quickly and they crave their partner's undivided attention. When hurt, August-borns will never show it. They will hold their head up high while on the inside they want to cry. Beware of their jealous side, as they feel the only person their partner should focus on is them. August also needs their independence, and March may take this personally and begin to overthink everything. August is also goal-oriented and a go-getter and won't stand for anyone that gets in their way. While they both are dreamers, August dreams about success and March dreams of fairy tale endings. Their dreams are as different as oil and water, but at the right temperature and they can mix very well. Augusts are generous and thrive on helping everyone around them. They are happiest when they can help someone less fortunate than they are. August-borns possess good insight, however, they sometimes come across as being arrogant at times. People flock to August for their confident and humorous sense of humor. They usually stick out from a crowd and draw people in with their charismatic storytelling abilities. Augusts are extremely practical and sensible people, and they make great leaders as many people look up to them. March-born people are very adjustable, and they can have a slight submissive side to them, and they dislike conflict. They use these attributes as positives rather than negatives. March-born people also enjoy helping others and giving up their free time to help someone in need. March-borns have a unique ability to calm people down even during moments of crisis. Vibrant, classy, and compassionate are three words that definitely describe a March-born. When it comes to love, they are in love with just being in love. They crave romance and search for a deep connection with people. They care very deeply about finding their soulmate, and they're not into casual flings. They aren't the jealous or controlling type. They are laid back and they just go with the flow. March people have a spiritual connection that can almost sense things before happening. They are also good at reading people, and they won't waste their time on you if you're untrustworthy. They don't like fighting, and sometimes handle anger in a childlike way. They are also very secretive, and only open themselves up to a few trusted souls. March-borns love to cuddle, and their connections deepen with every touch. They are happiest snuggling with their partner on the couch. They love so openly and honestly that they tend to get hurt more than other people. They try to see the best in everyone, and sometimes this is not a good thing. Sometimes they end up hurt as they realize not everyone has a good heart as they do. March-borns are also intuitive and like to sit back and observe their environment before engaging in anything new. They often follow their gut feeling and are open to advice from others. August-borns need to be number one in their relationship, as that's just how they like it. March-borns are very attentive to their partners, and August loves this about them. August and March have a unique communication style as they bring out the best in each other. March is attracted to and feels protected by their confident nature. And since both birth months are very giving in nature, it suits March's emotional side, where they feel more secure. March gives August nothing but praise and admiration. This makes August fall in love very quickly. A relationship between these two is full of encouragement and respect for one another's future goals. Once committed together, these two lovebirds create a deep and strong bond between them. They work well if they give a reasonable effort towards it. Occasionally, they may come across as being dishonest with each other, which is not the case. Being so different in many aspects, they have a hard time understanding the motives of each other, which may cause conflict. They both have to learn to be an open book with each other, but this can become very difficult, especially for March. March is very secretive by nature and likes to keep things to themselves as much as possible. March in an August relationship is a very complicated one and requires a lot of work to create mutual trust. If August begins to feel not very important to March, August will back away, leaving a gap in their relationship. So March has to make sure August feels wanted and important to them, no matter what is happening. And August has to learn that a gentle touch and soft words will keep March happy and not get too aggressive. Money can also be an issue in the beginning, as March enjoys spending money and August keeps track of every dollar. They need to find a financial system that works well for them if they plan to make a long-term commitment. March may not like the fact that August's future goals may or may not include them, and they feel left out or alone by this. Because August can be so goal-oriented, they often plan their days without their partner. August is such a practical thinker, they believe it's much more practical to get things done alone. But at the same time, they want March's undivided attention when they return home after. And March might need to tread lightly here, as August may view them as being needy and weak. August sometimes feels suffocated if they don't get enough alone time, because this is where they recharge the batteries. Without this, August can become very distant and irritable, which upsets March, as they don't understand why. If they are open and honest in the beginning of their individual wants and needs, all this can be avoided. August is very loving and loyal, but March's emotions may be a bit too much for August to handle. It will work best when their emotions are being focused on being passionate. Marchborns need more reassurance at times, and August doesn't understand this. March will have to make it clear to August about what they want and need during these times. Augustborns, they do love deeply, but it's on a different level than March. August views romance as a romantic comedy, while Marchborns envision it as the best romance movie at all times, like The Notebook. If both months can step back and appreciate their differences, then all the issues will dissipate. In the bedroom, before the fireworks can even happen, they need to build an emotional trust between them, especially for Marchborns. August needs to be more affectionate and listen to what March needs in the bedroom. And March has a hard time reading August since they don't show their emotions on their face. August has to remember that their practical views on life won't work in the bedroom. March falls in love with the words that are spoken, and August's charismatic charm will win them over. August isn't the most romantic partner, but with March's influence, they can learn a lot about what it really means to be romantic. This relationship will work best if they don't rush into the bedroom. If it happens too soon, it could be awkward, and all their expectations will be let down. Communication is key in this relationship to make it work. Overall, the August and March relationship is a happy one, except for a few minor differences that vary from one relationship to the next. These two birth months can expect a long-term relationship, whether it's marriage or not, to go smoothly. Having children is highly likely, as they're both natural caretakers. August loves to lead, and March loves to nurture, which makes them excellent parents. Although they may have many differences, one thing they're both passionate about is love and caring for each other. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe for our weekly content like this. And perhaps this next video may be of interest to you as well.